Welcome to our channel, viewers. Today we will discuss a decision of Supreme Court. Supreme Court upholds abrogation of Article 370. Key judgment highlights. Introduction. On August 5, 2019, the Indian government revoked Article 370 of the Constitution, thereby stripping the state of Jammu and Kashmir, J&K, of its special status. This decision sparked widespread controversy and legal challenges, culminating in a landmark judgment delivered by the Supreme Court of India on October 31, 2023. The five-judge bench, headed by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, unanimously upheld the abrogation, providing key legal justifications and laying the foundation for future governance of the region. Key judgment highlights. 1. Article 370 was temporary. The court held that Article 370 was inherently a temporary provision intended to facilitate the integration of J&K into the Indian Union. It was not meant to be a permanent feature of the Constitution, and the President was empowered to revoke it through a presidential order under Article 370(3). The court observed that the absence of the Constituent Assembly of J&K, which was envisaged to recommend modifications or abrogation of the article, did not preclude the use of this power. 2. Dissolution of J&K's Constituent Assembly did not impact Article 370. The court rejected the argument that the dissolution of J&K's Constituent Assembly in 1957 rendered Article 370 inoperable. It clarified that the President's power to abrogate the article under Article 370(3) remained independent and could be exercised unilaterally. This interpretation confirmed the government's legal basis for the abrogation. 3. Procedural compliance observed. The court held that the government followed due process in abrogating Article 370. It cited the issuance of the presidential order under Article 370(3), coupled with the presidential notifications under Section 3 of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, 2019, as sufficient legal actions. This finding laid to rest claims of procedural irregularities or lack of transparency. 4. Provisions of J&K Reorganization Act upheld. The court upheld the validity of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, 2019, which bifurcated the state into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. This decision legitimized the government's restructuring of the region and its administrative framework. 5. Protection of fundamental rights. The court emphasized that the abrogation of Article 370 did not imply any dilution of fundamental rights guaranteed to the citizens of J&K under the Indian Constitution. It further clarified that the government must ensure the effective implementation of these rights in the region. 6. Emphasis on development and integration. The court stressed the importance of development and economic integration of J&K with the rest of the country. It called for the implementation of effective measures to address the concerns of the local population and foster an inclusive environment. 7. Directions for future governance. The court directed the Election Commission of India to hold elections in J&K at the earliest, paving the way for the restoration of democratic participation in the region. This directive emphasized the need for a representative government and political process. 8. Right to challenge government actions preserved. The court acknowledged the right of individuals to challenge the government's actions through legal means. It emphasized that the judiciary would remain available to address any grievances and ensure the protection of individual rights. Impact of the judgment. The Supreme Court's verdict on Article 370 has significant implications for the future of J&K. It has provided legal validation for the abrogation and the region's reorganization, paving the way for further integration with the Indian Union. The court's emphasis on development, fundamental rights, and democratic participation offers a roadmap for the region's future. However, the long-term impact of the judgment will depend on the government's ability to address the concerns of the local population, foster inclusivity, and ensure the effective implementation of its policies. Conclusion. The Supreme Court's judgment on Article 370 is a landmark decision with far-reaching consequences for J&K and its relationship with the Indian Union. While it has provided legal clarity and a framework for future governance, the success of the government's approach will depend on its commitment to addressing the concerns of the local population, fostering inclusive development, and ensuring the protection of fundamental rights. The journey towards a stable and prosperous J&K will require sustained efforts from all stakeholders, guided by the principles of justice, equality, and inclusivity. Thanks for watching.